God gave a word for President William Ruto of Kenya, and he said to tell President William Ruto, you will have a storm on your hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, while going through the remarks that Raila Amolo Odinga issued, yesterday about the need to have some kind of demonstration, I stumbled upon a video from a US-based prophet who made a chilling prophecy on Kenya under the William Ruto-led team. And she warned of dire consequences. This is not the first time, the second time, or the third time I'm bringing analysis on a prophecy on our government. We have done so many of these videos, but we had never done of one from a US prophet. There are so many prophets, you will agree with me, like in Kenya, there are so many prophets and false prophets. Some of those people we call M-Pesa prophets. And the M-Pesa prophets are one of those people who have been castigated by the church because it is alleged, according to what the other church leaders are saying, is that they were only focused on money that was promised to them. So this US prophet has literally accused these same church leaders who, according to her, did not take Kenya in the right direction. What she's saying is that these prophets are false and that they misled Kenyans. And because of their false prophecies and because of their ill motives, they made Kenya find itself in this dire situation. So I want us to go through that video. It's like a 2-minute video extensively, and the message being conveyed there is very intense. So before you do that, allow me to welcome you again to this analysis, and I'm still urging anybody who wishes to support this channel to please just subscribe to our channel and like our video. That is the only support I request from you, ladies and gentlemen. If you like our video, YouTube get to share this video to other audiences. Now, to those who supported us before, I want to say here that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without that support, this channel cannot grow. So let's head over to this analysis. So I want to share this audio regarding that prophecy.
William Ruto of Kenya, and he said to tell President William Ruto, you will have a storm on your hands. He said to tell him, you will have more than you can handle because of my judgments coming against Kenya for apostasy and false prophets. The leader of a nation is the steward of that nation. The leader of a nation is supposed to be the person who watches out for everything under his care. But in Kenya, a nation that has always been known to serve God, a nation of worshipers, the rots, the fungus of apostasy has crept in. And I gave the difference between being a reprobate and being apostate. Reprobate simply means that you are one who is so given over to sin that you are almost unable to be rehabilitated. But an apostate is different. To be called apostate, you must have known Jesus previously. You cannot be accused of apostasy if there has been no revolution of salvation and the entry of the gospel in you. Japan can never be called an apostate nation because Japan has never had a revolution of the gospel of Jesus Christ. They have between 1% to 3% Christians, which is negligible numbers, next to nobody, just a few families scattered here and there. Kenya, like America, styles itself as a Christian nation, but God says that he is going to judge Kenya for apostasy and for false prophets. I hope that the nation of the United States is listening, because every time I bring the false prophet messages here, people think that God is only mildly irritated, even though I have taught in depth about how the entry of false prophets into the water supply of the gospel of Jesus Christ in a nation is literally like pouring sulfuric acid into the place where all the animals come and drink. they will be poisoned and their carcasses will hit the ground. And now here is a live example of the kind of death.
Exactly. So that is the message that has been directed to William Ruto and the false prophets. You see, I always like to refer to Archbishop Gitonga, you know, like there's a time, it was in Labor Day, if I'm not wrong, that's if my facts are correct. It was in Labor Day, and Archbishop Gitonga gave a prayer because he was the man that was invited there for the prayer session. But earlier on, Archbishop Gitonga was seen in State House, in the corridors of State House, with Mama, the First Lady, and then they were walking. And then sometimes later on, there was also another photo that emerged of Archbishop Gitonga and William Ruto in State House. All these photos were being taken in State House. Then later on, during that event, Archbishop Gitonga was also spotted as one of those people who were invited, the main guests in that celebration, a celebration that saw even Atwoli attend. But Atwoli had to attend because ilikuwa ni, I think it was a Labor Day celebration. So Atwoli was like the man there, ambaye alikuwa na control everything. So Archbishop Gitonga recited a prayer.
Amen. Tunamuombea hata Honorable Raila Odinga aweze kuzeeka akiwa na amani. Wakati uko naye ni wa retirement, aretire na amani, na tunamuombea amani. Mambo ya maandamano barabarani awachane naye, apumzike kwa amani.
But the funny thing with this prayer ni kwamba alipokuwa anaiomba ile prayer yake, he decided to bring in Raila Amolo Odinga's name, and then the way he was praying, it was like a mockery prayer. One would not say that ile prayer kama ile ni mtu ambao ni spiritual, eh? One won't link that kind of prayer to a spiritual prayer. You know, it was a prayer ambao ukiangalia mara nyingi, it's like he was reading a statement. For those people who managed to see that video which we shared back then, it was in May, you will realize that there was the Archbishop was merely trying to read a statement that according to so many people, it appeared as if that statement was from State House. So also, there's also another event in Nyayo, I think it's Uru Garden, if I'm not wrong. If it's not Nyayo Stadium, Uru Garden. But in that prayer also, the church leader who was invited there, I think it was a bishop, I'm not sure. She fell down. She is a female church leader. In the midst of that prayer, also reading a prayer, she fell down. So this purported US prophet seems to be saying that there were false prophets in Kenya. False prophets who misled Kenya. Mind you, this regime, the biggest credit is given to the church, because the church are the ones who campaigned for William Ruto, and the church are the ones who led. In fact, if you listen to or you saw what happened after Chebukati made an announcement about William Ruto being the winner of that presidential election, you saw the church leaders, they used to converge at William Ruto's Harambee House office, you know. So we saw this, many of these events, and all these events were because they were in support of the election and the outcome of the election. Also, if you see the events at Bomas of Kenya, you could still know very well that the church were behind this campaign of William Samoei Ruto, although not all church members, all church leaders were in support of the election. People like Pastor Ezekiel, Pastor Tim Mwangi, you know, some of these pastors did not support. Well, forget there's some rain. It's raining, so just forget the interference. But let's focus on this analysis. So what I'm saying here is that the message has been channeled directly from US, and this message has been broadcasted. And at the time I was going through this tweet that had this video shared. The tweet had garnered almost 300,000 views in a span of 4 hours, because the message was released at around almost 8 a.m. So it's around there 4 hours. That time frame. So what do you think could be behind this statement from the prophet, the US-based prophet, regarding William Samoei Ruto? Just go below the comment section and tell us what do you think could be behind this statement. So once again, I'd like to rest my case there, but I'd like to kindly urge you to please just go below the comment section and tell us what you think. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to give this video a like. And those who supported our channel, I want to state here that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without that support, this channel cannot grow. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.